They're broken down and defeated, detergent, busy and confused, sleeping. You're dying while I wait you to get started on the journey chosen, wasted, now it's selected. I was so bad, what happened? Sky and crush me in my smile. I was so bad at what happened. Fall out of the sky and crush me in my smile. Sober, sad and jaded. They're not coming, they're broken down and defeated. You are dying while I wait you to get started. You are dying while I wait you to get started. I was so bad at what happened. Fall out of the sky, yeah. Crush me in my smile. I was so bad at what happened. Fall out of the sky and crush me in my smile.
I'm a motherfucking unicorn, a one-of-one. Divide being the love and light, then light and one. My karma isn't just stellar, I live by truth. Fighting evil, my scars are living proof. Protecting you from the storms with all my might. Love me, I will treat you right. You ever cross me, it's the last thing you'll ever do. With my crown of thorns, I'll wreck you. I ain't playing, yo, Bryan hard, call me a saint. Too bad Chris, because Bigfoot knows my name. I'm a messenger of God, with loyalty I serve. Taking out all evil with his holy word. A true Knights Templar, sword in hand. Slice you up, bury you in the sand. I'm a motherfucking unicorn, you'll never find anyone like me. Born in the Bronx, raised in NYC, so listen up, take heed. I float like a butterfly, sting like a bee. My true Knights Templar, sword in hand. Slice you up, bury you in the sand. I'm a motherfucking unicorn, you'll never find anyone like me. Born in the Bronx, raised in NYC, so listen up, take heed. I float like a butterfly, sting like a bee.
Sorry, I was just a little bit jamming in the background. We got Mark Eddy right over here with Spunky in the background. So if you hear whistling, Mark had beans tonight. No, Spunky could be coming out of the cage and joining us, but I just saw something and Mark's going to kill me, but I just got to say, I can hear you. No? Aye, Captain. Oh,
I was doing everything I could to get your attention. Hey,
oh.
I'm in the green. I've been in the green room for 5 minutes, and
I'm sorry, I'll stop. Hey, Diane. Yeah, I did. I was just saying, if anybody's ever used StreamYard, the problem is you get into a green room and you don't know if anybody knows that you're actually there. And I think they need like a ding dong, like a doorbell or something to alert people that you're there. So I didn't know he's, and you don't hear anything. And that's the problem. I'm just typing hi to everybody here. We got Straw Dog in the house. We got our favorite also. I mean, everybody's favorite. I love everybody that's coming in, but we've got Michelle, but she's doing some homework, so she may not be here. Hey, Michelle. Notifications are set, and YouTube's screwing around with this, by the way, the notifications. Of course, we have Jen, our guest. She's there. And then we have, Mark Eddy's in there saying hello to everybody. I mean, like, you're on the show. Got the big ragu, Al Sanariga. This is his music. Al did not bring cannolis for everyone. Drop the cryptids, grab the cannolis.
I'm making enough you can't refuse.
Yes. We got Heidi's in there. Cool's Paranormal. Cool's Rip. It's the Cool's Rip.
Sam are going to be upcoming guests.
Yes, they're going to be upcoming guests. I'm going to also try to get Jen Jacobs to come in too. Jen Jacobs is here. Texas Cacti. Really good if you want some buds from the Texas. Straw Dog's here. And he is mending up. It's gonna work out. You're gonna have you remember the $6 Million Man? Well, there's gonna be part of you that's gonna be like that. So just keep going. You'll be fine. We're definitely praying for you, Straw Dog. I'm keeping it all coming, and lots of prayers. Jen Jacobs, first timer here. Jen, you're no longer a virgin, but I don't want to get involved in that. Hey, Diane. We're going to get in trouble. And the hubby is here. Hey, what's up, Jonathan? Yeah, it's going to be a good show. I didn't mean to interrupt you. That's hysterical. Speaking of which, I don't know if Mark's aware of it. Hey, Beth, welcome, Beth. Adventures with Beth is here. I'm just going to call you Beth. You know that. One day I'll meet all of you in person, and each one of you can take turns hitting me in the, whatever. Or Mark, one of the two. So I've been investigating everything paranormal for decades upon decades upon decades. I don't want to give away my age, but decades. There's somebody in here that I used to investigate a lot with, but he's too much. I'm going to say it, pussy, to come down, take a flight down from New York into Florida, and we can have a good time. So I know it's your name, Beth. I'm just playing around. Because, I don't know. Maybe the Italian could drive down here. Who knows? So I'm going to call bullshit on him. Come on down this year, 2026, before the world blows up. So I've been investigating cryptids and high strangeness and everything that's involved in the paranormal for a very, very long time. The first time I ever heard about Dogman was because of Al, the big ragu, the big cannoli, Sanariga, my partner and brother from another mother. And I'm like, oh, come on, we jumped the shark. Then I heard it from Vic Cundiff. You ever hear Vic Cundiff speak? I'm Vic Cundiff. Welcome to Dogman. Really low. Um, and yeah, if you're looking, I mean, hopefully I'll run into you, and but we're gonna get into some things before we start. And so I started because I volunteer Al for everything, even the Somali daycare that we just opened up.
You mean the Leering Center?
Yes, the Leering Center. We opened up a Leering Center up in Newburgh, New York, and this, it's going to be successful. It seats 24. We have 482, so we're really happy about that. And I volunteered him for. I heard about this group, the North American Dogland Project, with Jody Cook and David, and interesting guys. And we're doing it anyhow. So yeah, let's do it. And I also started with him the North American, the New York State Dogman Project, because we had at one point in time we had to have different groups because the paranormal psychopaths, you couldn't cross the streams on shit. Like, oh no, if you do ghost hunting, you can't do UFOs. And I found out a long time ago, hey Michelle, that all this is connected in multiple ways. So we've been we've been supporting and being really loyal. We started state reps in New York. Then we were Region 3 directors. Then I moved to Florida, so I was kind of doing Region 3 and 4, and Al was Region 3, and we had the whole East Coast. We were there for when David stepped down for his own personal and I think getting a career going. We were there and we supported Jody from the go. And Jen is in here too. She supported him as well. Really fantastic research investigator. We're going to get her on too. And I never had a good taste about the guy, Nick. And I'm not going to mention the rest of his name because it doesn't matter. We'll just call him Nick the Dick because that's what he turned out to be. And I warned Jody personally on the phone, hey, watch this guy. This guy's not who he says he is. And I guess he didn't pay attention to it, whatever. So Nick and a few other people did a coup. They took everything from Jody, and a few of us, Al included myself, we were the first ones to call him up, say, don't worry about it. We got your back. Yeah. And Nick, not a prick. Yeah, prick or dick. And we got your back, and we're there, and we've been supporting him, and we've been promoting him. And God bless you. I've done a ton of. You sneezed so hard, the image went away.
Yep.
I
was hoping the mic went off too. I couldn't do the mic, and
it's all good. Come on, I mean, we could fart on the show. It doesn't matter. This is what our show is about. Hey, Sands. Hi. Hey, Brent. So we've been supporting him. There's been a lot of shit taking place within this group. It was originally set up for directors and state reps. Other people got involved. I'm not going to go into the full details, but there's a lot of AI being used by individuals, really like dissertation type of answers. And what was happening is the people that normally paid attention stopped paying attention because it was dissertation upon dissertation upon whatever. From an individual who doesn't have an experience with it, and supposedly a PhD, I doubt that. And whatever. It's just like all I said was, kind of keep it simple, stupid. I learned that in marketing. Keep it simple, stupid. Keep your answers to maybe a paragraph, maybe two, but don't go in there and show slides and go and talk so highbrow like you're talking at a symposium for scientists or academics. No disrespect to the people that there. We don't know everybody's background, what they can comprehend, but you were losing everybody. So I've said numerous times, hey, can you just, keep it a little more simple so people can follow along. It fell on deaf ears. And then I talked to Jody about it. Hey, when we asked the question, who wants Chinese or who wants pizza? This individual gives a dissertation on how sauce was made and how to cultivate tomatoes and how to make bread. And then the 16 different varieties of Chinese cuisine that's out there. No, I just asked a simple question. So he laughed, and other people have contacted him about it. And I felt that the group was falling apart and not being cohesive and coming together. I also felt like people were feeling dumb, and it wasn't a good thing. So I spoke up eventually, and it's just been a shit show since then. I do not want to be involved in any more of that. I am no longer involved with the North American Dogman Project. I resigned as the director of Region 4 or 5, whatever the hell I was. I wish Jody well in what's going to happen. I think the writing's on the wall. The same crap is going to happen to him before with Nick the Dick is going to happen again. Not my problem anymore. You could lead a person to knowledge, but you can't make them think. And there have been people that also walked away that have been very loyal. It's all about loyalty in this field. And there's been no loyalty, no support, and no, by anybody. And I don't want to, it was never really an organization. It was more of a club. And I don't want to be part of the club anymore. We have our own stuff. We still have the New York State Dogman Project. I've had the Global Cryptid Project for years, and that's what we're really doing. We are willing to work with anyone and everyone. The people that bring their information, it is their information. They get the credit. No one's stealing shit from anybody. So I just wanted to state that. I also wanted to state, without a doubt, at no point in time did I ask anybody to be removed from the organization. That's not what I do. I just ask the individuals in question to kind of dumb it down for those that may not be able to follow. Okay. And the problem I have here is we have people that are using AI and ChatGPT to make these dissertations and textbooks and what have you. And I stated this on SOR, and I've had this conversation with many people in the field. You can't take current information, studies of current things in science that we know of, and puzzle piece them into what is a cryptid. We don't have full research on these cryptids. We don't know what they are. Bigfoot kind of looks like a gorilla, but it also looks like a little bit human. So is it a gorilla or human? And just because you study the behavior of gorillas in different type of primates doesn't mean a 12-foot one is going to act the way you think it is. So that's all I was saying. I'm like, stop trying to put science into this unless you have the physical body and you're studying it and you've been studying it. All we are left with is people that have been in the field, have eyewitness accounts, interactions, and experiences. And that is as close as we're going to get to science right now than ever before. Also, if you ever have one of those and the government finds out, it's going to be taken from you immediately. So I was done with the group. I'm done. I can only do so much. So I just want to publicly state that, because there's a lot of like BS going around by individuals, and maybe they're just trying to save face or whatever. I don't really care, but I've never asked anybody to throw anybody out of a group. I have warned people individually about certain individuals, Nick, and I was right. Pat myself on the back, but that's what that is at that point. So I just wanted to state that, and little house cleaning if you can. Tomorrow morning, thanks to Mark Eddy, who got me this, I will be from 9:30 to 10 p.m. on Awake Nation, David Zublick's Awake Nation. It is on X. Look for David Zublick on X, and also is on Rumble. And I don't know what the hell I'm going to be talking about. Probably the fact that Hyundai fucked me the other day on my car. Thank you very much.
No.
Oh, you have no idea. Brand new car. It's been in the shop for a month. And then after that, from 12 to 1, I believe, I'm going to be on Agent X11. I got kidnapped for that one by Penny and Joan, who run it. So I'll be with Bryan Singh, and they're doing the battle for disclosure. So again, look for it on Rumble, David Zublick's channel, as well as Agent X11. Penny is Agent X11. She was on our show in season 1. She is the real version of 11 from Stranger Things, and she literally went through everything about it. And I said, so as far as getting a Honda, I would, but I want to avoid any cars that have a CVT transmission. So that's why I'm not doing. Sorry, Jen, we're getting to you in a split second. At the top of this, a pin to the top of the chat, by the way, you can buy tickets. It's coming up January 31st in Gardendale at the Gardendale Civic Center, Gardendale, Alabama, is the Vanished Paracon and premiere, and yours truly will be there. I'm going to be talking about sightings and mutilations, the inconvenient truth. Bring the kids, because nothing scares the crap out of them of what I'm going to be talking about and showing pictures for. So it should be an interesting. It's about 45 minutes. I'm going to keep it to a shorter span, and then we can have questions at the end. And then I just want to say that we have to free BMR. He's been in Facebook jail, so power to the people. But other than that, how are you? How are you, Mark? You didn't like my sponge, Mark?
Yeah, I do.
I had
like,
music. I had music for it. I can't hear you. No.
I liked it so much. I'm gonna flop on the floor like a fish.
There you go. Go flop as a. Just do it.
Yeah, I do have a small SpongeBob connection.
You do?
Yeah, I did meet Junior Brown. He does play some of the music, like the like slide guitar, pedal steel,
That's cool.
and I just when I had a chance, talk with him, it's like, wow, I really like your CDs as well. You have had a chance to play with Mitch Mitchell, drummer for Jimi Hendrix.
Oh, that's great.
He just has a great mixture of country rock. He's just phenomenal in concert. He was nice enough to spend time talking with people. So I just got in line, had my 30 seconds to talk with him. So just said, can I have your autograph on these couple CDs? They mean a lot to me. And I said something about and love your work on SpongeBob. He just laughed.
But you know what? I mean, these gigs are great, and we got Paranormal Paul in there from Paranormal Among Us. Go check out his channel. Our guest is coming up in a split second. We're not going to waste any more time because we don't want anybody to be upset and pissed off and angry and whatever. But I love musicians, and even those little bits and pieces that they do for these shows and whatever, it's fun. Like Les Claypool, Primus. He did the South Park, and it's like it goes hand in hand. Les is great. Have you ever seen Primus?
Not in at a concert. I'm familiar with a little bit of their work.
They're Les is an amazing.
Very.
We got a CCR right there. Oh, that's for the Cryptid Crossroads. Sorry, I thought we were talking about rolling down a river. See. Okay.
John Fogerty is an amazing.
We should have more musicians on the show. I think that's what we're going to do.
That can be done.
I think we're going to do that. I agree with you. Ghouls, music is great. It's a great part of everything, and everybody loves music. I mean, everybody loved Glenn. Glenn was great. We're going to have him come back on and jam. And Stevie can jam, and so can, there's so many people.
Put together
too.
With just Stevie and Glenn, you basically already have a band.
Yes. I'm actually eventually going to Stevie's, and we're going to do some Sasquatching. But he goes, how about we jam first, and then we'll go out the next day. And I'm like, good. Thank you very much. I did the third eye on the skull and crossbones. It's nothing against BMR. I've been a pirate guy for a while. I've been studying them for decades. Have this love of privateers, pirates. I just thought they were great. And, it's where Mark is not. I'm going to remove him for 2 seconds. Oh, no, that will put him backstage. It says, come all ye who dare. So it's just something. It's just changing it up a little bit for the second season.
Stack the photos.
I don't think I can stack the photos. I don't think I can. It doesn't work that way. I don't have that as a photo. I have it as a background. So I'll eventually show the t-shirt and whatever. We'll get that up, and I still have to. I'm waiting for my Mark t-shirt, Gangster Mark. But we got a great show right now. We're going to Newfoundland. I think I pronounced it right, although I get yelled at by John Mallard about that. But our guest is freaking awesome. And I've been wanting her on the show, and I just did, kind of getting the courage to get her up here. Normally she's behind something or hidden behind stuff, and I get it, because if you have a day job or whatever you're doing, you may not want to cross the streams, but our guest is fantastic. It's JV Noseworthy. And we're going to bring JV on. We're going to move her to the center square. Let's see if I can get that. Welcome to the broadcast.
Well, thank you.
Yeah, we're going to switch.
Bryan. Hey, Mark.
Hey, Mark. Hey, how are you,
You're
Jen?
make me walk the plank now, are you?
Oh, no. That's on BMR's show. Paul will even say it. Actually, a lot of people in here will know BMR will make you walk the plank.
I got a tall ship behind me and a pirate too.
Yes. Oh, there you go. So Jen has the Paranormal Newfoundland podcast and Boots on the Ground team.
Paranormal NL, Newfoundland and Labrador.
Yep. And she's got really great people on the team. And we're going to get all the details of this. And I just wanted, one day we should just have everybody on from your group. That could be interesting.
I think that'd
it
be
would
fun.
do it. I mean,
It's
some people may not. Yeah. Some people may be in the Newfoundland like witness protection program. But this is just so everybody knows
spooky stuff. Yes.
This is Jen's first time doing a live, if I'm correct.
Yep. He dragged me out of my shell and threw me on stage here for all to see. And no, I'm not wearing
condoms were needed. Nothing is needed.
I may or may not have a bra on.
Yes. Well, it's really funny you say that, because I know of a couple of podcasters that are definitely doing things in their skivvies.
Hey, Tex.
Yeah.
In their skivvies. Oh, really?
Yeah, they're definitely.
Especially in the summertime. But not here. It's too cold.
I've been up there, not when it was too cold. I actually showed her. My dad used to go, and we have one of these. If you're old, you'll know this is a car decal. And you stick it on the window, it comes out of this thing. I mean, this is like
ancient
1950s, 1960s. My dad was big on that.
We were talking about your shirt too. Total 70s.
My shirt. Yeah.
Going on.
Al's giving me shit about something right now.
What's Al saying? Sounds about right. He's been doing that to me for years.
Yeah, well, what can I tell you? I volunteer Al for everything, I mean, but we're going to be making money on that Somali daycare, so it's going to be working out great. Kitty cat wax here. Jen, let's give people a bio on you. So for those that do not know who you are, they may know your product, the PNL podcast, the Boots on the Ground team and stuff, and which is you got to go check it out. Her link is scrolling. We also have her link tree in the chat. I'm gonna repost it, and let me see if I can do it. I'm gonna do it right now. Go there, subscribe. Go to Paranormal Paul's subscribe. Everybody, whoever has just throw your link in there. I'm letting everybody throw their link in. It's all about honey and not lemons. But go ahead and tell everybody who you are and how the hell you got started in this.
Yeah. So Welcome, welcome, welcome. You know what? It's true what Bryan said. I don't go on TV much or on YouTube because, yes, I do at this point have a day job. I am a registered nurse. I worked a lot, mostly actually for my career in United States, believe it or not, all up and down the East Coast, up in Virginia Beach and Norfolk and Portsmouth and all the way down around Florida. And my main hub was Texas, mainly operation room at that point. But yeah, I've had a lot of like weird, strange, supernatural and paranormal experiences throughout my nursing career. But so most of it, like I said, was about 25 years in Texas. So I'm actually an American and a Canadian. So I've got a bit of a weird accent. I got a Newfie accent from Newfoundland and Labrador all the way out on the East Coast here. If you all don't know where it's where the Titanic went down. And it's also where that sub imploded and Ocean Ranger. Yeah, so we're way out here.
You mean the one that was being controlled by an Xbox controller?
That's the one that Josh Gates decided not to go on, which thank goodness he didn't. But actually, I think he did once. But yeah, so I'm born and raised here in Mount Pearl, St. John's, Newfoundland Labrador. I'm the host and founder of PNL Podcast, Paranormal NL Podcast. That was established about 2023 because of all the weirdness that I experienced. Actually, when I came back home, I worked at a couple of facilities here, and I had a lot of weirdness on the go, especially at a place called Bell Island. If y'all don't know about it, it's the most haunted island in North America. We've had a lot of different film crews out here. I know a lot of people just throw a lot of shade at Zach, but Zach had his crew out here. Beyond the Haunting was out here. Bryan, you were on a show called Red Earth Uncovered. They were out here over on Bell Island. So yeah, there's a lot of weirdness on the go over there. So I'm in the fourth season now with Paranormal NL Podcast. I started mostly with radio, and then I switched eventually over to video. So I've got about over 250 episodes of radio and YouTube that you can go and enjoy everywhere. And I also created what I like to call the PNL Podcast Alumni-Network. I like to network people who I podcast with all over the world. And I also founded the BOG Team, Boots on the Ground BOG Team, back in 2023 also. It's a paranormal investigation team here in Newfoundland and Labrador, and they've done mostly historical investigations. I know they were on CBC News, was it last year? They had them in there at a place, and also did a couple sold out public ghost hunts and things. But there's a couple new members that joined the team this year. So we're hoping to do some new things that you'll see on the YouTube channel. And Bryan already mentioned scrolling across the screen down there on the link tree. You can follow it down there.
Yeah, and I also pasted the link in for the link tree. You can go there and check out her everything that's part of Jen, and except for her only Newfie page, and then only joking, Jonathan. I swear, only joking. But yeah, that would be the best way. And look, I look at it this way: please subscribe to people. If you're going to the show one time, it doesn't take much to go hit subscribe and hit the thumbs up button. You'll be very surprised how much that helps people that are putting shows together, that are not,
it all counts, right?
Yeah, it really does count.
I joined UPRN. I want to say kudos to Kat Ward and Paranormal Heart.
Kat who?
Miss Kathy Ward.
I know.
Over at the hotel. Maybe she's working tonight. Shout out to Kat Ward over in Ontario, Canada. But she recommended PNL for UPRN, which I'm grateful for. And
your other half said, "Ha, Bryan, very funny." Only. I always joke with.
Hey, John, how do you know what that is?
Holy crap! They have I know you love
the crazy clubs I've been in, Bryan, that we were talking about.
There you go. Cat loves Al.
And she loves Cat.
Al loves
Cat is obsessed with you. She wants to have your baby.
Yes, I've said that numerous times before. And anytime I've gotten the offer from Cat, like, hey, can you come on my show? I'm like, oh, Al's busy. And she goes, no, Uncle, I love you both. And I'm like, yeah, whatever.
She's you
totally
Uncle?
into the Italian thing. Matter of fact, I think I did it with you as well as Michelle Roche when I was on her show, just talking, because I love Cat. Cat's great. She puts on a great show. And she does. And great guest, great everything. She does it very, very professional.
Yeah,
and
she
I just
does voiceovers too for books and stuff, audio books. And,
yes.
Yeah.
And then I joke around about Cat, and I'm like, oh yeah, I love Cat. Did you ever see her S&M room? And then I'll just throw something like that out there, and she'll be like, "Oh my god!" I asked her what her husband's safe word was. Is it
That's it. You got to watch out for the quiet ones, they say, right?
Yes, you got to totally watch out for the quiet ones. But we were talking prior to the show. I've been up to St. Andrews, Canada, and I'm 99% positive I've met Cat in person before I knew that was Cat.
She probably took you in bed in your hotel and you didn't even know it.
Yeah, I didn't even know it. She was, working it's very like kind of resorty. I would say retiree resorty type of town. Beautiful. They filmed part of The Shining there. I stayed in that hotel, and with the snoring monster, and I just no kids going, mommy and daddy are dying, like none of that crap there.
I was going to mention, Bryan, because I'm semi-retired, I will talk about places, but I just won't mention the names.
Yes. Sorry about that.
We'll make sure that Spunky doesn't shout out the names. Hey, Mark.
Yeah, make sure Spunky keeps it quiet. Otherwise, KFC is going to have a new flavor. No,
okay, did you hear that, Spunky?
I'm not going to do anything to you, Spunky. I love animals. I have two of my own.
Did you hear about the opening of Taco Bell over here in Newfoundland? No. Oh my gosh! People went nuts, and they're still going nuts. I think it opened a couple weeks ago, and they're still lined
Taco
up.
Bell?
Got the police outside trying to get people out of the way. Yeah, it's ridiculous.
So I used to love Taco Bell.
Mark, did you have Taco Bell tonight? I'm sorry, I just had to.
No. I did not have. Did Mark have it?
We had that. That was prior to the show starting. No, I did not.
To throw that out there. Oh.
Please do that and film that, Maura. Please do the Danny talking to the finger thing at the market checkout and see what people do. I want that on film. I swear to God, I'll post it. Just send it in. We'll post it. Yeah, Taco Bell is new to you guys, right? It's new.
I call it like gringo tacos, right? Texas cacti. I mean, you put a little tiny wee bit of Tabasco and you're like, woo, Lord Jesus. They're like, that's hot, right?
Yeah. It opened December 27th and everybody's been in the toilet since then. There's a run on toilet paper. We used to, you can go there because it's not... back in the day, it was thicker. It was at least a finger and a half thick of a taco. Now it's like it's just these thin things that have some kind of meat in it. Hey, Lourdes. She was one of our guests. Love you, Lourdes. Mwah. That's the brains of the operation. Ron's just, that's her boy toy. Only they're both great. Love you both.
They were great guests.
But the problem is, people are gonna get pissed off at me, but I don't care. My kids, I was into I remember when McDonald's actually tasted good, and it wasn't some pink stuff they make into chicken. It was actually real chicken.
Yeah, what's up with that chicken? Is it like 3D printed or something?
Yeah, that is just
that is cousin chicken.
It's some kind of like rib meat stuff. So they take all the rib meat and they put it into whatever they do. It's just terrible. So, but they did a whole study down here in the States on all the fast food places. A lot of them, some of which I've never even heard. And in the majority of them, they found human DNA.
Ew, that's because somebody lost their finger in it and they just kept grinding it.
Either that or someone didn't wash their hands. Oh my God. I agree with you, Cacti. What a waste of Tabasco. You can do a better job just, spicing it up yourself in the house with some meat or whatever.
So,
Lewis sauce or something.
Jen, or
hold on, we've got someone who has never had never will.
Somebody
ahead,
never
Mark.
had Taco Bell?
Yeah, Adventures with Beth. And never will.
Jen, are the cops managing the crowds?
Oh my gosh, Mark, my dad went down to Shoppers Drug Mart to try to get in. The cop had to stop all the cars so we could get in to go in and get some medications. And like all one side of the road, people couldn't get into funeral homes and all kinds of madness. So yeah, they had to get the cops out there. They were handing out tickets at one point, telling people to go away.
Are they cops or Mounties?
Jonathan can answer that. He's into the police yabba yabba here. Yabba dabba doo.
If Jonathan's paying attention, are they regular police or Mounties?
He's probably watching TV, I would say.
Oh, I'm surprised Al's up because like Golden Girls is coming on soon. I'm only joking. Al. Hey, joker, buddy. He's good at next time he sees me, I'm just gonna be in trouble. So Texas goes no DoorDash orders from that Taco Bell.
No, not out here anyways. I'm out way out in a kind of a remote area. I'm on a well. It's a great area, I guess, if somebody pushes that button, you'll get your bag of rice and your bug out bag. I guess you could say I don't really need one because I'm pretty rural out here, So I'm not in town per se.
I think Jonathan Mallard.
John? Yeah. John kind of retired from the
he's retired from everything.
The spooky scene, shall we say, and went back into wrestling, I do believe. And yes. Actually a member of our BOG team purchased all of his ghost hunting equipment. So this month we're hoping to combine all of our gear and do some interesting stuff this year. Hopefully we'll get
John is in the Wrestling Hall of Fame.
John?
Yeah, he's the Wrestling Hall of Fame. Fantastic individual. I used to do some stuff on his show. And when I had the show Nobo Boomy, and he was a guest, he's like, what's Nobo Bloomy thing? And I'm like, no, dude, totally different show. He mentioned something. I said, what is something that's a delicacy or special up in Newfoundland?
Jonathan responded, Mark, sorry, RNC, Royal Newfoundland Constabulary. Does that help answer your question? We do have mounted Mounties on horses too, but they're usually downtown with all the drunk people.
Usually downtown with all the drunk people. It's an island.
Trying to control them. We have actually the biggest downtown drinking area in North America where you can have parties and stuff outside on George Street. We got all kinds of stuff here. We got Vikings here in Newfoundland and Labrador where Leif Erikson landed. So if you're looking for really cool stuff, come here to Newfoundland and Labrador.
If you're looking for a horn hat, this is where you went.
That's right. You can drink your mead out of a cool hat.
Can you get fresh horses for the men? RNC is the provincial, and the RCMP of the Royal Canadian Mounted Police is federal. So that's like the FBI, right? I would assume that's the FBI versus the other guys that are in blue around locally, where they say, "What's this all about?"
Out and about.
Yeah. I work for PNL.
You know that the mainlanders make fun of the Newfies and the Newfies make fun of the mainlanders because we're a completely different culture. Here in Newfoundland, we're very Irish. Labrador, they call that the big land. A lot of indigenous folks on both Newfoundland and Labrador. But we tend to jokingly make fun of each other because up on the mainland are the ones who usually say the out and about. I can't even say it myself. The horse is tripping people up. Pushing them out of the way. Crowd control.
Just picking them up. And then how close is Nova Scotia?
Oh, you have to either fly or get a ferry.
You can't swim, huh?
No, the sharks will eat you. We got great whites out there now.
Yes, you do.
do.
A lot of them come down through the entire East Coast. I've seen a couple of them, and that's crazy. Yeah, I have some friends that are from Nova Scotia, and their Christmas involves heavy drinking, like major league.
Oh, Collie, hi.
A big. Oh, there she is.
She's coming on my show this week.
I'm going on her
we're gonna
show.
be recording. Yeah.
I'm going. Yeah, I'll be. Hey, Jen.
Everybody follow Collie with SNX
please go to
Radio.
SNX Radio
Everybody
on
follow
YouTube.
Paul from
Log
Paranormal.
in and tell them Bryan and Jen sent you, and you'll get a free absolutely nothing.
I gotta give a shout out to Paranormal Paul too, because I'm going on his show and vice versa. So
I thought, yeah, I was
Misfits.
Yep, I was watching his show, Paranormal Paul. Paul dropped the link in. I think I'm going to make you an admin anyhow. So
sure,
that's how
yeah, I
it
can go on your show, Collie. You want to throw up the free BMR? What are we going to do to get Rob out of jail?
BMR. Look at this. I hope Bigfoot Feds comes on. There it
Rob
is.
is in jail, man.
I said I was going to make it into T-shirts. I may make it in for the conference. I totally may make that for the conference. Where are you, Paul? I have to do things the right way. Paranormal Paul, and add as a moderator. There you go. There, good. You're a moderator now. Someone else got a wrench.
Uh-oh, it took me forever to get a wrench.
Jen, since you're so close to water, and and Bryan was just talking about
yes.
great white sharks, and you mentioned them too. Do you get a lot of reports on marine cryptids?
Oh yeah. Okay, so I don't know if you see, but behind me there's a kraken in my logo, and cryptids are a big part of Newfoundland and Labrador. I mentioned earlier we're a very Irish culture, so we had the giant squid here in Newfoundland and Labrador several years ago. You can actually see one down at the rooms. My grandfather, God rest his soul, my heavenly grandfather, who was Captain William Benjamin Scott, actually caught one of these giant squid. So yeah, they've been known to, you can see some of the whales with their, I guess, scar marks and stuff on them, with them fighting them in the deep. We've got Cressy, which is another island favorite. Of course, we've got fairies, and in Bell Island, we have the Queen of the Fae. And our fairies or fae are very evil. Of course, we have Wendigo. We were part of the Appalachian Mountains at one point, and we do have a lot of the indigenous type creatures that we can get into. And I went into a lot of them before on another show, a maritime show. And of course, we have the wild bologna.
Wild the who?
The wild bologna.
Wild baloney?
Yeah, here in Newfoundland and Labrador.
I was just wondering how you were part of the Appalachia Mountains.
Yes, we were at one point.
You were?
Mm-hmm.
So in other words, you probably do a lot of moonshine up there. Jonathan, you want to add in on that one?
Our neighbor down the road, I won't say what road, but yeah, he makes moonshine. And shout out to
freedom right there.
Yeah, that's good.
Yes. This is Paul's Paranormal Among Us. Get some great content and guests. Little Coley, add your links. That is so cool.
I gotta make a shout out to Kim and her husband. Oh my God, my brain is dead right now. Kim Bishop and her alchemist husband. I don't know why my brain is dead. You met him on my show for the New Year's Eve party.
Yes. That was fun, by the way.
That was fun. It was the green room was a little bit strange, but
yeah,
the rest of it was good. So yeah, if you got StreamYard, don't pay extra for the green room.
Yeah, well, we have a green room. I mean, we have a backstage, whatever they want to call it. not even green. Like the bluegrass, there's no bluegrass in Kentucky. It's all brown. I hate all these things. Let's call shit like it is. But I love moonshiners. Matter of fact, there he is. Moonshining is awesome. Strong stuff. Yes, it is. When we had that event where they locked everybody up for a year, and nobody had shit to do, that is the closest I've come to drinking on like a daily basis, even day drinking.
Alan Bishop. It just came back to me.
Alan Bishop.
Yeah. If you have ghosts, you have everything. Distiller Institute.
That is great. Thank you, Paul. Thank you for putting up Coolies. Go like, subscribe. Cisco, put your link up, please. Cisco has a great show. I'm trying to get her on, but she doesn't do Wednesdays.
That's Cisco Murdoch?
That is Cisco Murdoch, and it's her birthday. We can all sing it.
Happy birthday
to you. Yes, we can sing happy birthday to you.
Thank you for your service, Cisco.
Yes, thank you for your service.
Oh, I forgot to mention that I'm also a civilian with Veterans Affairs US before I came here. So, I've had had a lot of
with squirrels floating in it.
I don't drink.
I hope not.
Squirrels floating in it. Ew.
Yeah. No. I watched the whole season, like every season of Moonshiners during COVID, to the point where I started calling my youngest daughter Pickle. Let's go, Pickle. And she's like, Dad, can you please stop? And I'm like, no.
You know what? The movies down in South Texas, people go in to get a ginormous pickle, Mark. And you said you got your popcorn and your big ass pickle in your other hand.
Yo, Paul's rocking it tonight. Put your VO stuff up too. Sorry.
Yeah, really enjoy deep fried pickles.
Do you?
Yeah, those are good. But I like pickles in about in any way that they are.
That's right. It's not the size that matters. It's how you use the pickle.
Mm-hmm.
Deep fried pickles.
Deep fried pickles.
They make pickle ice cream. No, thank you. I like really, really sour pickles, and it can't taste anything like a cucumber. I hate.
Don't they have pickles now at McDonald's or something? Now where you put them on your fries. They have the Grinch stuff on the go.
I think so, but they always have. Oh, cool. That's great. Cisco can come on. They've always had. See, it's really weird. McDonald's on their burgers used to put ketchup, mustard, and pickles, and little onions.
I think they'd still do that.
People didn't realize that.
Quarter pounder or something.
Quarter pounder with cheese. The Royale with cheese. Sorry. I don't think deep fried pickles, Mark, seriously?
Yeah.
You live in moonshine country and that's all you can think of. How about moonshine pickles?
I'm sure that moonshine is an excellent preservative for pickles.
You know what? I mean, thinking about it, now we're talking about pickles at this point. We'll get back to the whole scary stuff in Newfoundland in 2 seconds. But if you can put those little stupid onions, and I love onions, but those little ones, no thanks. But the olives into a martini, why not a pickle?
I guess I like a dirty martini, right, Cisco? They're pretty good.
Dirty martinis. Yeah, I used to eat all the olives out of my dad's. He would like have 10 olives in it.
Make it really dirty.
What happened?
Yeah, I think olives. I'm a big olive fan too. I'm not Italian, but yeah, all I do.
Al is.
We're making everybody hungry. Where's the cannoli sound?
That's Al's sound.
There we go.
Yeah, I really do enjoy olives as well. You know, the Greek olives.
Yes, you will. Yes, you will.
Looks like Holly likes a Bloody Mary.
Yes, Bloody Marys are interesting too. Do you do Bloody Marys, Mark?
No, the
kind of like a Caesar in Canada, right?
Spicy. You need to get the spicy Bloody Mary. That's spicy.
I enjoy like the V8 drinks that does
Vegetable.
have a little bit of a kick to it.
When we were kids, when you had to sit at the kids' table You know, all the adults were at the big table. The kids, that's what they got, V8 juice with
Yeah.
pepper on top.
Olives and hummus.
Olives and hummus. Who's that?
Oh, here we go. The drinks are coming out now. Jameson's and ginger. Yeah. There you go. We're gonna start doing.
Oh my gosh, I should have screeched y'all in. You would have to kiss a codfish, though, if you don't mind doing that. Kissing a codfish on the lips, I can get you screeched in. And drink some Newfoundland rum called Screech.
So you got to kiss a codfish on the lips.
Got to kiss a codfish on the lips. Yep. And
is it alive or dead?
But you got to recite "Along may your big jib draw." Can you tell me, Mark, what a big jib is?
I have no idea.
Now, matey, what about
Hoist
you,
the
Bryan?
jib. Hoist the jib.
That's right.
He
Yeah,
goes up
tall ship.
the mast.
Yep, mass on the tall ship.
Yep.
Yeah, we're a very.
Yeah, you're never going to be a fucking pirate, Mark. Stick with the damn psychic stuff because you're never going to be a pirate.
We got lots of pirates here in
background.
Newfoundland Labrador, especially down in Buren. If you want to meet a pirate or get all the pirate culture, come here and go to Buren. That's the place to go. You'll dig up
Oh my
lots of
God, really?
Oh yeah.
I could go for a moose burger right now.
Jonathan.
Is that like real moose?
Yeah.
Or is it just a name because it's a ginormous burger?
When I was growing up, I was so sick of moose. We'd have like moose burgers. Dad would put one on for the dog. He'd have moose sausages, and oh my gosh.
I have to figure out how to do a poll or whatever. Like, you know, like what's the weirdest
Food.
which one?
We eat a lot of weird stuff here, like seal.
They have
moose,
seal
moose.
seal fin soup. That is their
flipper.
delicacy.
We call it flippers.
No.
Jonathan likes it.
Is there a moose jerky?
Yeah, people do that. Smoke the moose.
Yeah, no. This is
Every year when it's moose hunting season, you'll hear people saying, "Gotta get my moose, boy." You know.
so in relationship. Talk about scary shit. This is more worse than the paranormal for me. Not very adventurous. So does it taste?
It's a little bit gamey,
here?
a wee bit gamey. Yeah, I guess. Right?
A wee bit gamey is not what Bryan wants to hear.
No.
Up and there it is. And that's how you two fell in love. Right there. I ate a moose heart once.
Nasty.
Fell in love. Yeah. I remember Dr. Hook. And you're in love.
Well, when I was a kid growing up, my grandfather had this big, looked like a dinosaur egg, and my grandmother said that it was, but it wasn't. It was a squid that was stuffed, a stuffed squid. It looked like a dinosaur egg. So of course, when you're a kid, you believe anything, right? So I always thought that my pop used to eat dinosaur eggs.
I always thought, since we're in the moose land, I thought you were going to say it was a dinosaur testicle, and I was like,
oh,
okay,
Lord.
time out.
No.
Paul is having a show later, and please go check that out after my show, and that's what we're going to do. So, but you've since moving to this island and meeting this wonderful guy named John, and making your homestead there and having blizzard upon blizzard apparently this year.
Yes. I think Newfoundland moved a little bit further towards the Titanic since we had our last storm.
Well, when the cools comes on, they're going to come on the 15th of right after Foley, I think. We're going to talk about the Titanic, and we're going to talk about some weird stuff about it. But you got an assignment from Dave Scott of Spaced Out Radio to go videotape the ghost ship. So
yeah,
we'll have to have you jump in and say, "Got it! I fucking got it." It'd be great.
Yep, we're getting our video gear ready. Now it's a place. Actually, most people think that Signal Hill was where they got the signal from the Titanic, but it was actually not too far from where I'm at. In a place called Cape Spear. That's where the signal was received by a dude. But apparently the signal machine broke down or something the night before. So they fixed it, and he had like a pile of papers on his desk, and he didn't work for White Star Line.
Right.
So that got stuffed into the papers. So
Goes to the bottom.
so this dude, some newfie probably ended up sinking the ship, right? I mean, who knows if he had have sent it out earlier, the Carpathia, who was really close by the way, probably would have got there earlier.
Do you see icebergs floating by?
All the time. Yeah, we even had one drift by one of our towns called Dildo, and it was shaped like a ginormous member with a bing. Cat Ward sent me a picture of it, and I call in here about that. I said, "Yeah, I remember seeing that one."
Mark this moment. You had an iceberg in the shape of a penis.
Yep.
It went past an area called
Dildo.
And
did you know that Mark was a Jimmy Kimmel? He was the mayor of Dildo. We were trying to he wanted to become mayor of
he wanted to become
place.
mayor of Dildo. I mean, I've been to, we took a long time ago, my kids and their mom and a bunch of other people, we went to the Amish country.
Okay.
And I got we went to, there's a whole like bird in hand, blue balls.
Intercourse.
Oh, all kinds of crazy names, right?
Intercourse,
you should
PA.
see some of the names in Newfoundland.
I got
Really
a shirt.
bad.
It's one of those cream colored shirt that says I, and then there's a heart. Intercourse, PA. But it's intercourse is big. And then the PA is really small. And I went to pick up my 4th grader wearing that shirt, and people were looking at me like, what the hell is wrong with you?
They're probably
Jonathan says,
"How many children does this guy have?"
Yeah, well.
Oh yeah, you can
icebergs-
we actually have iceberg vodka. You can take a ship or a tour out, and you can see lots of iceberg growlers. Mark, you would ask about, do we see icebergs? All the time. You can see them in the harbor. You can go pick them up, and then they'll stick them in your drink. And after they screech you in with your rum, you'll have the bit of iceberg in your drink you can take home.
Rum is my all-time favorite.
Oh yes, I love rum. Not very many people who live in Newfoundland Labrador drink the screech though, but there's a place here called Kitty Vitty Brewery where there's all kinds of different liquors and things there. Very popular place. And there's lots of seals that hang out there in the harbor.
Is the pub grub mainly
fish and chips? Kind of very Irish.
Yeah, like locally caught
codfish.
Fish?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep. They kiss them on the lips and then they split them open and fry them up.
Okay.
You know what? At this point in time, it's an island. Just pray you can get off of it alive or without being, something worse happening.
Well, there's a place here called Petty Harbor where you can go and get a really good fish and chip over there. But not only is it got a really good tourist place, it's haunted AF. We can say that from going over there several times and getting all kinds of weirdness on our devices.
So let me ask you, and yes, I do agree, Beth, rum and pirates go together.
Yes, they do. We have a lot of pirates here.
Like peanut butter?
In fact, the pirates, privateers, and all that kind of stuff, that was all a big part of Newfoundland Labrador history. We had a lot of pirates, especially during the war and things like that.
Oh, yeah. And you were a loyal. Well, when I was up, I found a round ball metal detecting off of at St. Andrews on the sea, and they were a loyalist colony. So they were like, yeah, come on in, coats, red coats.
We still fire off a cannon every day up on Signal Hill, usually at noon during the summertime. But what they used Signal Hill was they used it for quote unquote signals. They would put flags up if they saw an enemy warship come in. They would shoot the cannon off to St. John's, and then the city would hear it, and then they'd shoot off their cannon to let them know, okay, yeah, we know.
We got it.
Put the chain across the harbor because we were getting U-boats coming in trying to blow us up, right? But back in the day, it wasn't the actual, shall we say, a lot of military stuff they were trying to blow up. When I mentioned Bell Island, we had a lot of iron ore mining over there. It's a mining island. That's why it's so haunted I don't know what it is about mines, but there's underground mine system there under the water, and they actually blew a couple of our boats out of the water, a couple Nazi U-boats. We captured one actually near the end of the war, and we've got part of it up on this place called the Crow's Nest. That U-boat.
That's
still there.
That's actually pretty cool.
Yeah, so if you like tourism, come to Newfoundland and Labrador. We got lots of ghosts and all kinds of cool stuff.
You want to wait until it gets a tad bit warmer, folks. A little bit
well,
warmer.
if you like skidooing, now's a good time to come. Lots of snow.
Yeah, well, if you like snowing and skiing into the Atlantic. When you got where was your first experience that got you said, hey, I'm going to start a team? And how did this start for you? Because
well, the team thing started after I became podcasting. I was talking to a guest who I said, hey, if I throw together a team, do y'all want to go out on a ghost hunt? And they said, sure. So I put together a team. That wasn't too long after I started Paranormal NL podcast back in 23. So probably about 12 months later, I started the team. And all the team members are alumni members who've been on the show already. And they've had their own ghost experiences.
So why is Newfoundland so haunted?
Well, I'll go back again to the oldest city in North America. Now, which is St. John's, Newfoundland Labrador on the East Coast Avalon Peninsula. And it's been burned down a couple of times. Actually, Jonathan mentioned the Duke of Duckworth. He was actually a real person. He was part of the Duke. There's a street named after him, Duckworth Street. There's a bar down there that's haunted too. They can't figure out if it's him or another gentleman, which they call Sam, the ghost. But you can't take a couple steps without bumping into some kind of ghost. We do have, as I mentioned, the World War history here. So that's a huge influence all over Newfoundland Labrador because we have an American war base here too. So there was a lot of war activity here in Newfoundland Labrador, and that kind of seeped in with the whole stone film, shall we say, theory. And we're surrounded by water, which amps it up. And this is the foggiest place on Earth.
Is it
really?
Really?
Yes, because I kept looking at behind you with the vanished, and that's the typical day in Newfoundland and Labrador. You can have all 4 or 5 seasons, but mostly it's usually, we call it RDF, rain, drizzle, and fog. So ghosts, they always say we like to live in the shadows. Of course, if there's a lot of fog and things like that, it makes them easier to move around also. So, you can turn Spirit Box on anywhere downtown, and you could say probably walk 4 or 5 steps and you'll get one. Guaranteed. So
are they interacting, or is this just residual?
Both. You'll get residual and you'll get highly intelligent interactive ones, especially close to the water.
Do you think because of the fact that privateers were in the area as well as the war? I mean, let's get rid of World War I and II or whatever.
Privateers is a big part of it too. Yes. 100%.
I mean, people hijacked from, and volunteered, as they would say, to come on board, and
there's lots of folklore and things of Newfoundland and Labrador when it comes to pirates and things like that. I've had just about the whole majority of Memorial University of Newfoundland and Labrador, which we call MUN, on the show from the folklore department, and they have told a lot of different stories about Newfoundland and Labrador. I know you already mentioned Jonathan Mallard, but I've had multiple high-level authors here on the show, and I can name a couple of them. But I mean, there's a whole crowd of them. There's one gentleman who goes around downtown. His name is Dale Jarvis. And he's a Newfoundland Labrador folklorist and an author and director of Newfoundland Heritage. and he talks a lot about the folklore. And Henry Crane, he is on Bell Island. He works in tourism over there, and he can tell you a lot of different stories about Bell Island. But it's one thing to hear the story on the folklore, but it's another to experience it. And that's why I created Paranormal NL podcast, because I experienced a lot of different things. And here, because we're such a small island, not a lot of people like to talk about it, because they'll be like, I know it's her. Look, did you know what she said the other day? You know what I mean? That kind of a thing, right?
Yeah. She's the devil. That's what she is. She's bringing this crap to us. You grew up with all this junk. Yeah.
Oh, and even my family, they don't agree with what I do. They don't support me in this endeavor at all. And yeah, so I put, and a lot of people say, something to put it all out there. I said, what do you mean put it all out there? Well, people talking, but I mean, somebody's got to talk about it. Somebody's got to get it out there and understand it, right?
Yes.
I'm the Scully and the Mulder put together. I'm the science and the skeptic. I was a skeptic before all this stuff started happening. And then I said, well, what the heck? I want to talk to more people. And the majority, I think I'm the only female paranormal podcaster in Newfoundland. I can definitely say that as of right now. Maybe more people, females, might want to step up and try more, but a lot of people don't want to, because they don't want to put their name out there. Like I mentioned earlier, when you work here, everybody knows everybody here, right?
Yeah, it's like being in a really small town. And
one facility controls all of the, shall we say, medical facilities in Newfoundland and Labrador. That's so you got to be careful what you say and all that good stuff, right?
You're the one saying all the bad things. No, ma'am, I'm just checking you into the hospital. That's it.
So was that work?
Yeah, Jen, since there's Irish, Scottish heritage in Newfoundland, or did some of the legends of like kelpies?
Oh yeah, like mermaids and stuff like that.
Yes.
Oh yeah,
like the
mermaids.
Water horses that drag you into the.
Well, if I look up, point again at the tall ship and the boats and stuff like that. We are a fishing community here in Newfoundland and Labrador. That was our main industry, and it still is to this day. Mm-hmm. So you hear often stories about the fishermen, even my grandfather and things, telling stories about the sirens. And sirens are bad, right? They pull you underwater. Mm-hmm. Then you hear the opposite about the kelpie, where you mentioned this beautiful woman or something. Well, they could have mistaken it for a seal or something. But then, of course, there's a kraken that'll reach up. And we've got lots of stories. For example, Red Earth Uncovered, Bryan, they had a big story on there just down the road from where I'm at, where one reached into the boat and he had to use something to chop the arm off because it was trying to pull the boat under. Right?
They're massive. I mean, like, huge. No joke.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they'll have you for dinner. They probably mistake the boat for a whale or something, because we do have a huge population in here of humpback whales, and humpbacks are, they've been seen with scars on them from I mentioned earlier, right?
Well, the whales are the sharks and.
Well, we have all kinds of things. Like in my poster behind me, Robert Dumond created all of the artwork. I asked him to put several different things in there. The lighthouse represents the fog, because I mentioned it's the foggiest place. The pirates and the tall ship because of the fishing. You'll see another little boat. You can't really see it very well. I should have sent you a logo. But the hag is in there. And I don't know if you've heard of the hag before, but Bell Island... I mentioned the fairy queen. The hag is part of our culture of a person who kind of comes to you in your sleep, an ugly old witch kind of a person. who gives you sleep paralysis kind of thing. She even is on our stamp in Canada, the hag.
In the States, we sometimes call them mother-in-laws.
I was waiting for you to say something like that. And you know, in Newfoundland, a lot of people say if you're mad at somebody, if it's a woman, I'll yell hag, right?
You old hag.
Right.
It usually means a woman with a really prominent chin and like 3 whiskers coming off a mole or something like that on the cartoon.
Yeah, Adventures with Beth mentions sea hag.
Right there.
I would.
Yeah. Sea hag.
Yeah, we've got all kinds of different cryptids and things like that.
So you have natural things that are just a problem to begin with, and then compounding that, you have the paranormal stuff that's like, it's like a 1-2 punch right there.
Supernatural and paranormal. I mean, one of the members of BOG Team members, one of our mediums, she saw some sort of a cryptid up on Signal Hill, and she will not go back up there. I mean, I don't mind. I go up there all the time, but there's something highly intelligent up there who Jonathan and Taylor were up there one time, and they went outside the car over to the tower doing some kind of an investigation. And I stayed in the car using my dowsing rods and spirit box and stuff. And it was giving me blow by blow what was happening, precogs of what was going to happen and what was happening. It was
that's kind of cool.
Highly intelligent to the point where it got just weird.
So, yeah, I mean, getting into the
and you know, when you go back there, it remembers you. It'll say, oh, welcome back. And it'll say you by name. And some other places that we've been to, it'll say, oh, we're so-and-so. Like, we'd like to just go out on the weekends and just bring our stuff and just do like impromptu investigations just around town, you know, just to see what's there.
It's nice to be welcomed to a certain degree. Well, it's good to see you. Where's Taylor?
Yeah, it remembers.
He's at a recital right now, but you know he wishes he was here. And I mean, when we did investigations, our psychic for our group, who was not in on the East Coast, so I was out of Arkansas, or as I like to call it, Arkansas, because that's how it's spelled. I don't know where they got Arkansas from, but she told us there's an old lady there that she knows you're coming, and she's really happy that you are, and she's going to say hi to you.
Oh yeah.
And yeah, we met an old lady, and she said hi to us, and she told some other kids that were, you know, there were 5 boys, 1 girl in this group, probably about 16, 17, really young, and they were in this old Letchworth village. It's, you know, boarded up. They were ghost hunting, and this kid got a great Class A EVP of "You're not supposed to be here" of this old lady. You know, just as we were coming, you need to get out now.
I love Class A's. Yeah,
Class A's are great. I mean, like,
especially when you can hear them by ear without any equipment. That is freaky. And then you're thinking to yourself, wait, did I just hear that? And it's even better when you have somebody with you, because you're like, yeah, I heard that. Right? Yeah,
impromptu is definitely the best. But I will tell you, it doesn't matter how many times it happens. As far as investigation is concerned, with the, you know, paranormal, which I always say is ghost hunting, UFOs, when you get that evidence and it happens, it really is a holy shit moment every time. You're like, oh my God.
Or when you're doing something and you don't expect it to happen. Like, you know, I've worked in several different specialties. So I mentioned operation room, but I've also worked other specialties like the ER or palliative care, where people pass, and unfortunately, you know, long-term care where people pass there too, and rehab and stuff. But you know, some hospitals that you work in, there's so many people who, shall we say, have been through the corridors. They're still there. So when you go in there, you can kind of sense it, but it's kind of strange when you're not expecting it and something strange happens, like something sits on the bed next to you, or something touches you or grabs your hand or something at the same time. Then it's like, ew, like, you know,
it's unnerving. sometimes you can feel it prior to coming, like, okay, something's gonna happen. And
that
then
too. I've had a lot of, like, ever since I was a kid, I had a lot of precogs. And some of the women on a certain side of the family, they have a history of it too. Now, I don't call myself a sensitive or anything like that, but ever since I was a kid, I could have a precog dream and tell you exactly what happened in color. For example, like when I was working in Texas one time, I had a precog of kids screaming and glass breaking everywhere and a bus. And I thought, oh, that was such a weird dream, you know? And at the time I was working at a surgery center where you work intra-op, pre-op, post-op.
Right.
And all of a sudden the sky turned black as this. And I went outside and I thought, oh, wow, look at the sky. And we were like, holy baloney, like this is in the middle of the day and it's black out there. We don't hear a tornado siren, but all of a sudden it starts hailing like crazy. This is later on within a few minutes. So the hail busts out the ER windows and busts out the windows in recovery. I was working in recovery that day with a bunch of babies just coming out of the operation room. And then you heard kids screaming. This bus came in under the ER top,
overhang.
you know? Yeah, and got stuck under there, and all the kids were screaming, and all the windows were busted out. I was like, oh my gosh, I said, this is too weird. It's just like my dream. And then this mom comes over. She's like, are you my baby's nurse? I'm like, yeah. And then I realized, oh my gosh, the person I was working with, like, just hit, I guess his kids called because their windows were busted out in their house. So he just left and didn't tell me. And I was like,
those people
yeah.
are great when they do that. And then you're stuck to, hold everything on its own. That's kind of an interesting precog. Adventures with Beth said something. I had an experience in 2 hospitals one day with the same spirit. He took the ambulance with me from one hospital to the other, watching over me.
Oh, how nice. Yeah. Benevolent spirit. I love those.
And then Bamora says, which I think I was laughing when I read this. I once walked through the emergency room wearing all black. It was kind of funny that everyone left the ER. You just walked through, just wearing, all black color. Like, oh my God, it's death. So let's get into some of this where she's not going to mention the location. It's going to be a place because she still works. And some of these places, it's not fair to the places and, well,
I worked in this one place one day. It was, I wouldn't say what kind of a patient or what happened or anything, but the patient had passed. And I did post-mortem care by myself because it was change of shift. So, and then I brought the patient to the morgue myself and very small cottage hospital. And, put them in there. And then the next day I came back. I think I was working night shifts and getting the room ready for, I think, another patient or something. And I couldn't find the remote anywhere because I think the ambulance crew were there and they had left the TV on or something. So I was like, oh, I can't find the remote. I just said it out loud. And then I said, can you turn the TV off? And boop, turn the TV off. I said, oh, can you get the lights too while you're at it? Boop, lights. I'm like, okay, thanks. And I just knew who it was. It was that patient who I took care of the night before, right? Just like little weird things like that I find interesting. And then another time, I think it was at that same room because sometimes when you're on break, you go find a spot to crash if you're on the night shift, right? So I think it was in that room had like a couch or something there. So I actually decided to go there because some of the staff were watching Dr. Pimple Popper, which I thought was disgusting. So
that was on TV while I was eating my breakfast.
Oh my God, ew. So I went in this other room, and apparently one of the folklore things, I guess, about this hospital was that there's children there. People say that there's spirits of children there. So I said, okay. So I went in there and sat down, and all of a sudden I feel this huge poke on my face. I'm like, ow, like, fuck, what was this? Excuse the language. What was that? So then I go down the hall and everybody's like laughing at me. I'm like, what? They said, you have this big like welt on your face, like a big pimple. because what they were watching, right? I thought, that's so stupid. Like, I know I didn't have that on there before I went in there, but you could see like somebody's finger mark on my face. But I definitely feel it. I couldn't prove what happened or anything, but just little weird things like that happen just makes you wonder, right?
Yeah, that's where I'm going with my question. It gets you to wonder, and with the example where the gentleman who preceded the previous night, do you think that there is that the dead have some type of control over electricity?
Oh yeah. I really truly believe that. I've had a lot of different electrical things happen at different hospitals. So there was another place that I worked that was in like an asylum type place. It was still operational. There was still like a forensic ward and everything there. They would still call out, different things like a cold white or something, then you would have to like stay in your area. At that point, I was working in an office type area. But when you walked in, you had to have like a special key to open all the different doors, right? So when you go into this office area, I think this building was like built way back in like the 1800s, and it was used for, I guess you could say the poor people and the people were, they didn't know where to put them at that time. People with mental health issues and things like that. So that's what that hospital was known for. But they did have an area that was just offices that I was working at. But in the place that I worked at, when you walked down the hall, there was like this old spooky shower there. Because I think they used this place for patient care back in the day in the 1800s. And there's a window there in one of the offices where dead birds kept showing up at the window, which was really weird. And first, I think I can't remember if this was during COVID or something like that. I'm trying to remember why, but I was working there at the office alone, but the majority of the people were working at home remotely. But I was there alone for months at a time. And I know that they replaced the overhead lights, the fluorescent ones, and you know how bright they are, right?
Yeah.
So, but over by the photocopier, when you walk further up towards this real narrow alleyway, there was like 3 offices up there that nobody ever used and led nowhere. There was like an exit door, but that light was always off because it was broke. But every time you walked over there, you could sense like your skin crawl. Like you just didn't want to stand there.
So there's something. Yeah.
My desk was right around the corner from that, right? But I would always have the lights on and everything at the desk and try to have music on and stuff. And I would have my window open behind me. And I had this little seagull actually who had a nest out there, and I would feed them an apple. So I thought Mark would like that for Spunky. But so with the light situation, so they decided to fix the lights because it was dark in there. I don't know why they did, but they fixed the lights. So the next day when I walked in there, I turned the light on. It was bright as heck. And that spirit, they always tell us we don't like the light. We like the dark. Well, I was on my break and I was listening to this bird on kind of like Spunky, and he was whistling. And people often told me not to whistle in that particular hospital. I never know why. So the whistling kept whistling. And
there it is, the whistling.
So the bird kept whistling, and then all of a sudden, bang, the lights go out. This door flies open, and the door, now mind you, security had to come up because all the alarms went off to this door. The door led to nowhere. It was a straight drop down. It was a fire exit. And in order to get the door open or closed, you need like a couple of men to pull it and it was really heavy door. There was no way in heck wind could blow it open or anything. Huh?
It was literally if you opened the door and stepped, you would
fall. Yeah. But I thought it was really weird that as soon as that whistle happened, the lights went out to that. They just fixed those lights, and the door blew open and the alarm went off. So I had to call security to come up because I couldn't get the door to pull it closed because it's a really heavy door, right? So security pulls it closed and then they leave, and then it happens again. I'm like, the door came open again. He said, "Did you do this?" Like, he was angry. I said, "No." He was like, "Well, somebody had to open it." He said, "The wind didn't open it." I said, "Well, I didn't open it." Right? It was a really creepy place. And then later, when we were BOG Team, we went back to this place and investigated outside. And apparently the history to this place is there is some graveyards around this place where they don't know where they are because they don't know where they buried these poor people. So we were going to try to get a GPR and try to find out where they were. But I know over in certain aspects of the area, it kind of looks like how a prison does, like with the barbed wire facing inward and things like that in the little area where they go outside. And we got some really scary intelligent stuff out there. Like, it knew all of our names and it was like taunting us to come into the place. We actually got scared and drove away twice when we were there.
It was taunting you?
Yeah.
That is crazy.
And it used the big D name a couple times.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Yeah. So we don't know. We're pretty sure that wasn't an attachment. It was at that particular place because there has been some murders and things there too. In addition,
I don't play around with the D stuff.
Big D.
At all.
Yeah, no.
Above my
that
pay.
Comes up a lot where we go sometimes. Unfortunately.
Way above my freaking pay grade on that one.
Yeah, it can get pretty scary sometimes, but as long as you protect yourself before and after, things can be okay. But
I wear a condom on every investigation, but still, I'm no, I don't play with that. Oh, you're talking about Sage. Okay. I've told Al and everybody I go with, whatever group we're in, I'm like, if I'm telling you not to go in that or do that, don't do it. I'm warning you in advance because I can feel certain things, and I'm like, nope, I'm good. And we had a warning.
I think I told you the other day we were out in the car, and it's funny because I threw some salt in the back. Taylor was there and he was screwing around doing something. I threw the salt in the back and it came across on Spirit Box, "Jenny, stop." I was like, what? So maybe my benevolent spirit was with me. But then a couple of weeks later, it said, "Jenny, turn around, go back home." And then within a couple of minutes, our car broke down. So I really, truly believe in the benevolent aspect of it because we have investigated our house quite often. And yeah, there's definitely benevolent spirits here, which is kind of comforting, right?
So this was asked before. Are you burning sage?
Yes, I'm burning a big doobie. Would you like some?
Yeah, legalize it. Legalize it. Get ready for that because there's going to be some fun stuff coming up around February.
Early February.
Early February. And speaking of legalizing it. I mean, I don't do any of the sage stuff in the house. We have something called Agua de Deo, which is water of God that we created.
Okay.
When we can't, there's certain places that will not allow you to use anything lit. They don't allow you to light candles. They don't allow you to,
in your own house.
In some places, I don't want it because these smoke detectors are super duper sensitive, and then I got to call up, and then it's like, it's the alarm company. I'm like, no, burning eggs again. Okay, thank you. Click. It's a pain in the ass, but matter of fact, this is something. This is holy blessing oil. You can create it yourself, and it's really not that hard. And you use olive oil, pure olive oil, and it's about intention.
Yeah, I was just going to mention if it's oil, coconut oil is really good too to put on the base of your neck because that's where they usually enter in the chakra area. So before you go in to protect yourself, you can. It's all about intention, like he said, but the protection part of it is really important, right?
Turn it off. If you see on my wrist, I have copper, which is always good. It makes you feel better. This piece right here, let me see if I can get it. This is all iron, wrought iron. I got it on Etsy.
You often wonder why are graveyards surrounded with iron? Well, keeps spirit
you
in.
Wear the iron on your left-hand side.
Well, in a lot of places, iron will stop spirits from passing. Like they used to
too, right? Exorcists. All the exorcists used to wear. They used to wear irons around their wrists before going in. A lot of priests.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. A lot of minerals are very important. And you just mentioned that, and the lights just flickered.
Maybe it was the hag.
That's right. I don't have any iron on me right now.
This is what happens.
But I do have a piece of iron ore from Bell Island in the other room.
Nice. That's good.
I brought that into an investigation one time and it pissed off spirit.
Really?
Oh yeah, I didn't like it.
So I used to also, and I still carry it. I have salt in my pocket all the time.
Don't do that. You carry salt in your pocket. How is the benevolent spirit going to help you? I bet you had bad luck since you've been carrying the salt around.
No. Keep
salt in areas where you don't want spirit to be. You do
salt
want spirit to help you.
Is a cleansing and a protection. So what you do is
you can get a shower with salt scrub in that, but don't carry like a big old bag of it on you.
No, I used to carry like the big crystal salt in a bag in one of my pockets. And it's a protective thing. You like if you're going to go in and talk to somebody like, a boss or hey, we want to see you in the office. Put a little bit of salt in your pockets and in your shoes before going in.
That's different. Yeah.
It protects you. So it's more of a protective device, not really to ward off the bad stuff. I keep it
under my bed, and I'm going to give a kudos and shout out to JJ Rose 777. If you don't know her, look her up. She's absolutely amazing. She's a spiritual advisor. Check her out on Facebook. She has a lot of different things. She's helped me out substantially. Unfortunately, some of the places that we've been in, some of the weirdness sometimes lingers. Or
that's why I carry what I carry with me. But what happened was I used to put the salt in a bag.
Yeah.
A big one, like a sandwich bag or whatever. And then I would carry it in my pocket. And then over time, it goes from crystallized salt. No, like a plastic baggie. I don't have one with me. And over time, what happens is this is where you're going to have your problem, folks. It gets powdery. And if you get pulled over by the police or in your case, the Mounties or whatever, and you say, no, it's just salt. And they're like, right, it's just salt. So I changed it, and I advise people, when you go to the fast food restaurants, even like that, they always have these little salt packets.
Yeah.
And you can take them, put them in your pocket, take a handful of them. It's good to keep in your car because it keeps your car protected. It's good to just, if you're walking around, you can carry it with you. I got to start carrying cinnamon with me because that's really good luck and for money and whatever. It's just been miserable.
Yeah, the salt packets, that's a good idea. But you can keep salt under your bed too, like in certain areas to help and things like that. Salt is a very healing thing. But I did find that I was having some issues, and I did carry a big old bag of salt around. I had the worst luck that week. The worst. So then I stopped carrying the big old bag around and just put it in certain areas where I didn't want bad spirit.
You know what? One of the things we say to people is when you're cleansing your house with sage, and I'll cleanse this. I've cleansed my house with sage.
Open the windows.
You got to open a door or a window, but I open the windows so they can go out. I open every damn drawer.
Okay, that's interesting. And you know what I did ask JJ was, what if you can't open a window or a door? Because what if you're snowed in or something, right? So what I do is I tell them to go out through the drain. or go out through the chimney or flue or something, right?
You can do that. But I've stayed here. But what we also do is we put salt packets in the corners of every room.
Yeah.
And you can put it under your pillow. If you're having bad dreams or whatever, you can put it on your pillow. This
or
is called
doorknobs or things like that where you don't want it to go. Now, what's your take on mirrors, though? Mark, you've got a big mirror there behind you, right? That's facing your bed.
Mark uses that mirror to get, for the ladies.
No, I know Spunky probably likes it, but you ever get the heebie-jeebies with that mirror? Like, you never tried scrying or anything like that?
No.
Nope.
They say that spirit use it. I've had spirit tell us that they use it to come in and out of places.
I think they use it as a window, unless you have a mirror
facing a mirror. Yeah, that's really bad.
Which I had in my bathroom in my apartment, and that becomes a portal.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Spunky stands on top of the cage and pecks at his buddy that he sees in the mirror.
His buddy himself, right?
Yeah, it doesn't bother me. I've said on the show other times. I slept in a room where you would expect to see a ghost, kind of looking out through the cracked closet door.
That's another good one, closets, because it's so dark in there, Mark.
Yeah.
Never saw anything. Even after being primed by watching, Chilly Billy and all the classic horror movies, late night horror movies, and didn't see anything peering out through the partially opened closet door.
You can always try like a laser grid to see if something walks in front of it, and sometimes I get weird stuff happening. That's why I get the grid on the go.
Well,
I don't think they had those 50 years ago for,
True.
but I really haven't had other than possibly seeing a sky worm, really haven't had any paranormal experiences. Even though, like the one example I just gave you, there could be that I think that would have been a prime place, but I just did not have that kind of experience. I have not had them when I used to live, grew up next to a graveyard.
Oh, okay.
I enjoyed basically that graveyard was a second home.
Yeah.
I learned to ride a bike, drive, enjoyed walking.
Graveyards can be very peaceful.
Yeah, and like the week after Thanksgiving, you go for a walk and you kind of meet the same people. It's like, oh hey, you need to lose a couple pounds too after Thanksgiving, and it's like, oh yeah, okay, see you on the next lap around the graveyard. But never had any.
Never had any weirdness happen in the graveyard?
No, the only time where I really got scared was I don't know, I was jogging. I was nighttime, wasn't really concerned about anything unusual happening, and where I was jogging there was a row, 3 or 4 mausoleums. I think it
Oh,
was
yeah.
still close. The street light to my left was still strong enough that it had cast a shadow on the mausoleum. It seemed like there was something running at me after.
What time was it when you were there? Was it daytime or nighttime?
Well, it's 8 o'clock at night, like this time of the
Okay.
year. So it was already dark.
You had something running after you?
No, it looked like there was something running at me. And I realized, oh, that's my shadow.
Okay, so you were afraid of your own shadow.
Yeah.
Literally.
So that was really about the only time I got scared in the graveyard.
Last time we were in a graveyard, I think we had spirit talk around, but it started giving blow stuff of what was going on. Like a party bus went by, and we started singing, I don't know, some stupid party song and dancing, and it was telling us what song we were dancing to.
That's cool.
But then it said, "The bad man is here. You need to leave." My grandfather's, my family's grave was like right next to it. He's Masonic. And I'm pretty sure that was him, warning us, like, time to go now.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's kind of weird, but I think there's certain points where the top and the bottom and the ether kind of like are accessible by almost everyone.
Mm-hmm.
And just like they're coming to take an opportunity to do something with you or for you or to you or help you, others are coming in and like, oh, found my victim, because
just like if you go walking downtown in a crowded street or something, there's good people, there's bad people, and as in life, as in death, there's good and bad spirit, right?
All about an attitude. They ask people like that are these guys are criminals, like, who did you how do you pick what you pick? And they gave them a whole slew of people to look at, and they were like, no, wouldn't mess with that one. And a lot of it is if you're a certain physical size, whatever, there's something about you, there's an energy about you, and they're like, nope. But you can also get somebody that goes, that one I take, and they would describe what they look at and like, yeah, he's a big guy but very frail, he's not, it's not going to be.
I don't think it really depends on that part of it, more so the mental part. Right? You could be a grunt, right, but you could be afraid of a mouse or, of dark spirits.
But I think there's also something that surrounds individuals, whether, like we have a lot of people. Beth apparently is going
like a halo kind of thing. Well, I mean, if you look at death, it's going to look at you. If you look at spirit, it's going to look back at you. It knows you're there.
And I think it call it a halo, an aura, or whatever it is. But I've literally, for the longest freaking point in time, I don't know what it is. I went into, I go into a restaurant in the city looking to meet my friends after work. And I sat down at a bar waiting for them to come in, get a drink. And the two guys that like, yo, let's go 5-0. Everybody thinks I'm a cop. I walked into a CVS and this woman's like, I'm not doing anything. And she ran out of the store. I mean, it's like, okay, there must be something in there's a gate or the arena. I know that when kids, especially young girls, they see things more so than the young boys. Young boys see it too, because at a certain point, they both use both sides. They're hemi-synced.
Yeah.
But females use two sides of their heads to be, forever. And they're very, it's kind of like picture a room that's pitch black and your eyes are open. You're like, what the hell's going on here? That's what it looks like if you miss the someone bringing you over or that light to go into. And now you're stuck in the black. I'm like, where the hell am I? And all of a sudden you see this pin light and then another one and then another one. and you start going over to those little pin lights are
Mhm.
all those people that are psychic or tapped in. And then that you go into that light for a second, and the next thing you know, you see this little girl or whatever. I'm saying little girl because I have two of them that had the same thing, and they're like, "Can you help me?" And they run out and saying that, he's talking to me and he has no face. That's what happens.
Different
So
frequencies, right? I remember
yeah,
when I was a little girl, I lived in this little town down by where the pirates are in Buren, and I think I was in
Buren.
kindergarten or something. But I was having this like another precog, I guess, of this dream of it was blood and another bus. And then the next day, the bus hit a
you and the
moose, and the
buses.
poor moose died, and there was blood coming out of his nose. But then in that same place where we lived, I kept having this recurring dream of this man with a suit and a hat, like an old time hat, fedora, I guess. And he had a suitcase and he'd walk. But he was more like residual. He'd walk past us, and it was in a really old house. Everything was very old. Over by an old fishing plant or something down by the water. And he would jump out the window. It was pretty high up. So, and I kept having this dream for years and years, and every now and again I'll still have it. It's really weird. So I looked it up, and apparently during a certain time back then, during the fishing times, it was kind of like Wall Street market dropped,
Oh,
and a lot of the merchants lost all their money. So my theory is that this man maybe was a merchant or something and lost all of
and
his
you
money.
lost everything. Yeah, that happens. I mean, it's here's the problem with what we do. Well, on my end, my youngest, I tried working with my oldest. She was terrified. And you were talking about mirrors before. She spent almost 2 years between me and her mom in our bed. And the way she was looking at the mirror opposite our bed, on top of the armoire, whatever the hell it was. I know she's watching something. And I'm looking at it. I'm looking at her. I'm looking in the mirror because I'm trying to see if I can get the movement. And I didn't get it. So we slept with the lights on and her in between like this, right? Yeah.
Did you ever
great
try
story.
covering the mirror? Did that help her?
I was born into a religion that when someone dies in the home that's
Just
death,
gonna
they cover
mention
the
that.
mirrors.
Cover the mirrors. Yeah, me
Yeah,
too.
because they're portals or there are things that come out after a member of your family dies that want to get you too, and you cover the mirror because you should not. They say you shouldn't be
Or
vain.
sometimes they say that they'll get stuck in the mirror instead of going to heaven or wherever they're
Right,
supposed to go.
right. But so I've seen it, but I see things. Well, I've always seen things. I know things, and I work with my youngest, and thank God she's talking about pirates and sailors. I mean, like she swears like one. Not make it the 15. If I could, well, but I've seen people. There was a kid a little over a year ago. It was, he was being a kid, but it was an obnoxious troublemaker, pain in the ass with these bicycles. They're doing wheelies in the street, not listening, trouble. And they were getting out of school. I was actually interviewing a card reader for this show. And I said, I don't want to be bothered. Like when I do readings myself, I have to leave my property because even if I said I can't have any interruptions, you'll always get I'm like, no, and then they get, why can't you just do it here? I'm like, because of you and you and you. That's why I can't do it. So I got the message. My daughter's coming out of the middle school, walking over, you're ready to walk over this little canal. It's Florida. So we have these canals into the parking lot of the high school. And these two kids were messing around. One of on their bicycles, weren't listening, went into traffic.
We call them Rasakas in Texas.
Yeah, and on the flatbed that takes the heavy 2-ton like D10s and stuff you see, the big cranes.
Yeah.
They fell into the roadway, and one kid's leg was broken, and the other kid's head was caught underneath it, and it was crushed immediately. Brain matter everywhere, and my child and a few other people, including her mom, saw it and, rushed to clear the scene. That she's trained in first. There's nothing you can do. Nothing. So my daughter was traumatized by it, so she wanted to do something for him, and they put up something, a little memorial. Not always a good thing because that traps people in a certain spot. Just letting you people know that, and I know I'm just saying, it could be a bad thing for that, but
we have a lot of roadside crosses here in Newfoundland. And one of the Mun professors did a thing about it because I guess the ghost would keep going back there, right? Is that what you mean?
It gets trapped there unless it's, even if it goes to the light, it can be drawn back and keeps coming back. It's like a never ending, like a boomerang,
Yeah.
So when we went there, I saw the site. I saw the wet mark where the blood was and the brain matter.
Mm-hmm.
And it was very windy. Police came out, they cleaned it up, and when they cleaned up, they dried it too. But I can see the spot. And I said it was right there, right? She goes, yeah, but you can't even see it. I'm like, yeah, I can. And then every time I used to drive past there, actually Cisco's in here. She's good about getting people to the light. I saw the kid, and he was sitting in the middle of the roadway, the median.
Oh.
He'd sit there, and it's lower on the road, his legs, and he would just lift his head up and look around like, where am I? What happened?
Mm.
And I would tell him, go into the light. You got to go into the light.
Yeah, well, because it was so immediate, they didn't know what happened, right? Yeah.
He'd look at me, and I said, go into the light.
Mm-hmm.
It's okay. Go into the light. And he just sit there, and I was like, I can feel him. And after doing that, because I have to pass that way all the time, a couple of times, and when I would pass, if I had no cars behind me, I would stop there and I'd say, you need to go into the light. And he'd look at me like, can you help me? I'm like, I'm trying to help you. Go into the light. And eventually he heeded the advice and he went.
Okay,
and he's
good.
not there anymore.
It's good that you helped him. Yeah. It's always good when you help spare it.
It's crazy when you do stuff like this.
Now, I had a huge car accident in Texas one time, and I was on the expressway, and you know how you got those big cement blocks if you're on the left-hand lane?
Yep.
And so I was in the left-hand lane. Right-hand lane was a big-ass transport truck, and everybody was going fast as hell, rush hour. And somebody decided to stop. Like, who in the F stops on a freeway? Stops. So then, of course, you get boom, 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 everybody smacking into each other. And I'm like, shit, where am I going to go? Because all I got is the cement and a truck and a car behind me. So then all of a sudden, within seconds, some of the other cars were able to, because you know how sometimes they stop and then there's like a grassy knoll in between where you can cross over to the other side.
Yeah.
So then within seconds, the grass popped up and people were able to move, but not fast enough. I got sandwiched. Like my car literally turned into a sandwich. It was a PT Cruiser. I remember the cop came up to me and he said, ma'am, open your door. And I was like, dude, do you not see the green stuff on the ground? Like, I cannot. I was kicking it. He was pulling it. I couldn't get it open. So they had to get the jaws or whatever to open it. And I got it out. Yeah. But every time since then, when I drove past that spot, I felt like I was driving through my own spirit. Like I felt like that day I should have died, but I didn't. And every time I drove up to that spot, I would my heart would go up in my throat and I could feel myself driving through my own spirit or something.
Yeah. There's a lot of energy. That's what the spirits, it's all about energy. I think it's the residual effect of energy, magnetics. That's how we used to do cassette tapes in the back. You would burn a magnet, energy in the magnet into the VHS or your cassette. And that's how you do a recording. And sometimes there's so much energy that there's no way to disperse it. It's always a little bit there. But I don't want to keep any longer because you're in Atlantic or Newfoundland time, and it's like 7:30 in the morning where you are now.
No, it's just about midnight over here.
But I'm loving. Just first of all,
I
everybody
actually
think
forgot what time it was because I was having so much fun. So
yeah, well, you keep going, but I think
I
people
didn't
are gonna
really
be,
get
like,
to talk
falling
much
off.
about the spooky stuff. Maybe next time we can.
No. That's why
Sorry,
we'll
guys.
have you come back. We'll just talk about the spooky stuff, but let's also bring in some of the guys and girls from your group, ladies and gentlemen, and we
Yeah,
can
I
bring
gotta give a shout out to the
back. So we
BOG
give
team.
a round table. I got to get Adventures with Beth and Shelly, and you guys on here. I mean, you guys were. This whole chat was great about the stuff, the gifts you guys have. So we're gonna figure that one out too. Our email is at the bottom, third eye live show at gmail.com. If you want to come on and talk and do whatever, or what we can do also is, Mark, we'll do a special and we'll just leave the link in the chat, and whoever comes on, which could get a little bit freaking crazy, but you know, who knows?
I think
That'd be something fun to do.
I think it sounds very interesting. I think there are a lot of topics we still didn't get to.
Oh no.
Yeah,
There's a ton of them, but I was looking at the time and you know, it's seriously, it's like 7 a.m. in Newfoundland right now. I don't want to keep her here, and once you get past the 2-hour mark, most people go like,
yeah,
okay.
they're falling asleep. They're like, oh Lord.
There's plenty of material for part 2, and I think we should do that. I think Jen was a terrific guest, and the chat room seemed very interested in what she had to say.
Thanks.
Yeah,
Ann.
I mean, everybody in the chat, I can't thank you enough for coming in and dealing with us. And I can't thank Jen enough. I'm going to add again. I just posted.
I want y'all to follow and like and subscribe to the Third Eye Live. Bryan Bowden.
Yeah, that too. And then your PNL Podcast and BOG Team on their link tree. I posted it there. Go to her podcast. She gets a ton of people, and this is no disrespect for she does UPRN, and I've been on UPRN. It's great, but she needs the subscribers too. And we need to push her over the limit. I mean, we're working on it, and I thank everybody for subscribing. I always appreciate you. We have a ton more. A lot of our guests so far are ladies of the paranormal, which I love. So we're becoming the the place to be for the ladies to shine bright. And I have no problem with it.
Ladies love Mark and Bryan.
Yep, that's what apparently 9 out of 10 dentists surveyed said. We ain't gonna fix your teeth, but we're gonna have fun doing it.
You can throw the YouTube up on stage there. I've got it there, and they can see where it's at. So we've got the group. There's almost 6,000 members of the group now. Paranormal NL Podcast and BOG Team on Facebook. So don't go to the page. That's just a page just to be a page. But go to the group. That's where the official place is. And this is the YouTube channel, which we're trying to get more folks at. I guess Bryan mentioned we're on UPRN, but this is our own personal one. We're trying to get more subs. So everybody follow Bryan and Mark and check out PNL and BOG. And everybody in the Third Eye Live tribe, thanks for watching and listening. We really appreciate it.
Yeah. And everything is going to be in the description, and we'll have Jen back soon, probably within like a couple months. Actually, maybe we'll talk about it off air. I had an idea, because maybe we'll do it after the Titanic's supposed to appear
in April. My birthday.
Yeah, there we go. Well, I don't want to ruin your birthday, especially since it sounds like someone's husband's going to make her a moose burger. Only the finest.
I say that because I had too much moose when I was a kid.
Better than a moose knuckle, and that's a different story. If you know what that is, folks, moose knuckle. But yeah, we'll have you guys come back on, and then we'll have like anytime you guys tell the story, we'll have Mark take off one piece of clothing.
Sounds good, Texas. If I'm going down South Texas, I'll look you up.
Yeah. Thank you again, everybody. Next week we have Max Furyk. And that's going to be a great show, I believe. And then also on the top of this chat, once again, I will be at the Vanishing Paracon. It's you really should get your tickets. It's on the link to get the tickets. It's Eventbrite. It's like $17. Okay. If you're a vendor, contact the Relic Film and Media. You're going to get a great deal on a vending spot, and there's going to be a lot of people there. So I hope to see a lot of the people in chat there. I would love to see Jen there and her husband, but they have to stay in Newfoundland. Hey, you finally come in. Bigfoot Fades. Thank you. I see you. Thank you. I appreciate you. Love you. We're going to get you on too, Fades. So we're going to have to figure that one out. Yeah, it's about time. But we're going to get going. This is what we do. I just wanted to say, Fades, you're going to love this. We got a free BMR.
Fades, I'm officially asking you, make a PNL podcast BOG Team music. I see you making some pretty cool music videos for folks. We'd love to have one. She
does an incredible job.
We've got BOG Team music. If y'all are interested and you like it, just download it on Instagram or TikTok or wherever social media platforms. You can download BOG Team music.
And then I'm going to be on Andy Codes on Friday at 3 p.m.
I love Andy. Say hi to Andy for me.
I will. I actually met Andy in person. He was at the Gettysburg event. It was great seeing him. But something we're going to do, and I'm going to let you guys know this, there are going to be some specials of Third Eye Live, and they're going to occur at 3 in the afternoon. We're going to try to alert you to them. The reason why is we're trying to get other areas of the world. We have a lot of guests that want to come on the show, but they're out of the UK. Some are out of Japan. Some are in, Aussie right there. Bino from Oz. And yes, so we may have to do some of these special events. And one of these guys is a personal buddy of mine, Andy McGrath, part of Weird Britain. He's the host of that over in the UK, which I can't get shit here because I can't even see the Red Earth uncovered stuff. I couldn't even buy a DVD. They don't even do it.
I had to bootleg it. I think I sent you a little bit of it.
Yeah, you sent me a little bit of it, but I want to see the whole thing. It was, that was really nice to work with the crew, but because they're indigenous, they gave me like a bag of almonds and a shirt that was like a size medium. I've never been a size medium. Okay. Mark Eddy possibly have been a size medium, but Brian Bowden has never been a size medium.
I'm still wearing onesies.
Spunky could have worn it, and
Spunky could have worn it, definitely. But it's been our pleasure to have you on here. And as we say, yep. If it wasn't for you and everybody in this chat and that guy, that cute guy over there, Mark Eddy SquarePants, we wouldn't be able to do what we're doing. We're going to do some really fun things, and some of our guests going to be like, what fucking show have I gone on? But it'll work out great.
What time zone am I in?
Yeah, and we got to get this lady on. She's freaking awesome. Yeah. You should get her on. Jen, you should actually contact her and get her on. I can connect you too on Facebook. If it's all right with you, I'll ask and get her on the show.
Who's that?
She's good. She's fun. She's really knowledgeable and talented, and we want to get her some stuff. And yeah, the gangsta is here.
The
gangsta. But good night, everybody. God bless.
Peace out, y'all.
Peace out.
You, it's always been you. God showed me you. I have been searching decades for you. I found you, I lost you. My heart is broken without you. My soul aches for you. I need you, I want you. My days are filled with you. I've seen the future with you. My home is with you. I have felt the future with you. My nights are filled with you. Love is you. True love is you. My happiness is you. every past life is with you. My dreams are filled with you. Life is meaningless without you. My future is with you. I will fight for you. I will defend you. I will give up my life for you. Whatever it takes for you. Nothing else matters but you. I love you. I love you. I love you. God showed me you. I have been searching decades for you. I found you. I lost you. My heart is broken without you. My soul aches for you. I need you. I want you. My days are filled with you. I have seen the future with you. My home is with you. I have felt the future with you. My nights are filled with you. Love is you, true love is you. Love is you, true love is you. My happiness is you. Every past life is with you. My dreams are filled with you. Life is meaningless without you. My future is with you. I will fight for you. I will defend you. I would give up my life for you. Whatever it takes for you. Nothing else matters but you. I love you. I love you. Life is meaningless without you. My future is with you.